Erin418 and I am back with another video. Today is October 28th. Oh, this is TGIF. Thank God it's finished. It's only been 2 weeks. I should remember that. But, TGIF, October 28th. Let's get this ball back on the track. What has been going on? Well, if you saw my vlog from last week, I did a vlog. I'm repeating myself, but I did a vlog because I went and met Arnie and Carlos. Oh, I'll give you a minute for that to sink in. It was amazing. If you haven't seen that vlog, I'm going to suggest that even if you don't typically watch our vlogs, you watch that one, because I put in a clip from the talk that they gave of how they came to be knitwear designers, knitting designers, not necessarily knitwear, but how they came to be in their profession. And it's an inspiring and delightful story. There's no other way to say it. So that was amazing. I was initially going to go, Kristen was going to drive down to Webb's with me to meet them, but we found out that they were going to be literally in the next town over. Well, I knew they were going to be in the next town over for a retreat that I just could not afford to go to. I couldn't afford to spend thousands of dollars for a retreat that was literally in my backyard, because it was mostly to stay in the hotel, and I don't need a hotel the next town over. Anyway, long story long, or short story long, they ended up having a book signing and a talk that was open to the general public for a small fee. And I said, let's not go to Webb's. Let's go here. And boy, was it the right decision. It was a small crowd. It was amazing. I enjoyed every second of it, and I do not regret going, and I do not regret going there as opposed to Webb's. I'm sure it would have been just as wonderful at Webb's, but this was much more, dare I say, intimate. It was small. It was great. And I got to show them a picture of Dewey wearing the sweater that I made for him based on one of their patterns, and it was awesome. Awesome. If you ever have the opportunity to meet them, they are charming. They are very charming. So, that's all of that for now. What have I been working on? I have been a knitting fiend. So, let me show you what I finished. And Kristen's been a knitting fiend. She started knitting on vacation, and she just hasn't stopped. So, we'll start with the stuff I finished. So, the first thing I finished, because I am trying to knit through and crochet through all my cakes, was out of a sweet roll. And this is in Wasabi Pop. This is left over from a blanket I had made for Seth. I think it was in December, because I'm pretty sure it was before his craniotomy. Anyway, I decided to knit the Milo, and I knit the smallest size Milo on a size US 8 needles, and I used this worsted weight yarn. And when I was finished, I did the measurements. When I was finished with the chest anyway, I did the measurements, and it came out to be an 18-month size, which is great. So here's my little Milo. I think it's adorable, and I just think it's so cute. And I thought it was so cute that I knit another one. And this one, I don't think I have the ball band for. This is out of Karen Cakes, and this was the Rainbow Sprinkles color. And this also came out to an 18-month size. Same exact formula, so. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. So cute. I don't have any plans for these right now. I just was enjoying knitting the cakes. And then I pulled out another sweet roll, and this one is in Raspberry Swirl, and I knit another one. Same exact thing. I figured the 18-month size is a good size to give a new mom, because everybody gives you itty bitty things, and these will last a little bit longer. So something to have when the baby gets a little bigger. Oh my gosh, so cute. And I just did the basic, this was like the first cable in the pattern, I believe. So 3 cakes down, 3 more cakes down. And did I show you? Was I working on the sweater last week? Let's see. I think I was. Not last week, 2 weeks ago. No, I wasn't. I knit the stroker sweater for someone. And I started it and finished it. It took me, I think it took me less than 2 weeks, and I also knit 3 Milos and something else in the middle. So this is out of Cascade 220 Superwash, and I knit the size 40. It came out a little on the small side, but that's because I'm not altogether smart, and I never check gauge. So here it is. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Now, this was going to be for Kristen. I knit the size she asked for, and it is a little bit snug. So this is going to be for somebody else. We know exactly who it's going to be for, but we'll talk more about that in a little while. I'm not going to say who, just in case. But it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I was not sure about these colors together, but seeing it in the yoke together, I love it. This is one of my favorite patterns. And I'm going to be knitting a third one, which I don't mind. So, I finished that. I started and finished that. I think all of these things that I'm showing you are new. Oh, I did have the stroker started last time. It is under whips. Okay, I finished one other thing, which is a new start. Our niece Leia, her gymnastics meets started up. So last Sunday, I had to cast on a pair of socks real quick because I always knit during her meets because there's a lot of downtime. The only time I really have to pay close attention is when she's on the event, because I record so that whoever doesn't go to the meet can see. So I grabbed this yarn, Regia Design Line by, if I could stop shaking that would be great, Kristen Nicholas. And this was when I was on Ravelry, it was like a garden line of some sort. And I got this from Terry last year when he was here, and he said, where did you get that yarn? I said, from you. So these are mismatched socks. I am embracing the mismatch. I started these socks Sunday. I knit a little bit at the meet, and then I knit on them Wednesday and Thursday, and yesterday I Kitchenered the toes yesterday morning. So these are done. These are for me. I had intended for them to be for Kristen, but I haven't knit socks in so long that I just automatically started a 1x1 rib, and Kristen prefers a 2x2 rib, so they'll be for me. I actually don't know if there would have been enough yarn for her because she has slightly larger feet, so shucks, I get another pair of socks. However, I do feel a little guilty because the sweater was supposed to be for her, and it's a little bit too small. The socks were supposed to be for her, and I did some ribbing, like autopilot, so she's due for some things, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So that is everything I finished. But Kristen finished something. Kristen took this skein of a mandala from Lion Brand. She came and shopped upstairs in the stash, and this came from Z. The color is Spirit. And she knit a modified ex-boyfriend shawl. She didn't want to do the knit front and backs, so she did a yarn over instead. And she did a great job. She hadn't knit since last October, I think. And what's that? Oh, that's nothing. Anyway, here it is. So it started here, and she was like, "Oh, these rows are nothing. Nothing. These rows are a little bit longer. And a little bit longer." And a little bit longer. So she did a great job. Look at that, guys. It's gorgeous. And I think she was originally going to give it to her mom, but I think I'm not going to let her. I don't know that her mom would wear this, but I will definitely wear this, so I might try and steal it. No. We'll see. It'll be for someone someday, eventually, but it's beautiful. And I really like this yarn. I really, really do. I have plenty of it. I don't have this colorway, but I have plenty of it. I'm looking at it all. Still have a bajillion cakes, but that's okay. So, those are the FOs. Kristen had an FO, which is so awesome. So, what am I working on? Let me put my basket back where it goes. I have a basket that I keep at the top of the steps. Let's go right into what Kristen's working on, because Kristen and I cast on the exact same project. We are knitting the Garter Squish by West Knits. It's a free pattern. And it calls for two balls of worsted weight held double. We didn't want to do that. So Kristen is knitting on a size smaller needle, a size 13, so she can get a bigger gauge. And she pulled out this skein of James C. Brett Marble Chunky, and this color is MC21. And I then realized that I only have one skein of MC21, so I have a bunch of single skeins of James C. Brett. She said, I'm just going to knit single skeins. So she is working on the Garter Squish. I'll show you what the color looks like. She's almost done with the ball. Zooming along. It's big too, because it's 126 stitches you cast on. She also taught herself how to cast on while I was out shopping with our girlfriend. Our friend Doreen and I went to a local yarn sale, and she taught herself to cast on from a book. Casting on was the hardest thing I learned how to do. Anyway, here it is. It is garter stitch. It's so squishy. She's knitting on size 13, but on the edge, you can see it. You can totally see it. You slip the last 3 stitches, and then you turn and you knit them. So it gives it this neat little edge. So look at how much she's gotten done. Way more than I got done. Let me tell you that, because you'll see how much I got done. Not as much as her. This will probably take her a couple more weeks, but she just started it on Saturday or Sunday, and she's worked all week, so she hasn't had a lot of knitting time, so that's great. And I also started a garter squish, because I looked on Ravelry. I searched for Caron cakes and blankets that people had made with Caron cakes, and I found this one. So I pulled out, I have 3 skeins of Caron cakes in the more rainbow sprinkles, and I also have some baby yarn, Bernat Baby Sport, and I realized after the fact it was sparkle, but you can't really see that. So I'm holding those double, and like I said, I haven't gone nearly as far as she has. And that's what mine looks like. And I'm not going to try and line up colors or anything, because I just want to use all the yarn that I can. And this will take as long as it takes. Probably a lot longer than Kristen's, because like I said, she is zooming along. And I have that. I should have showed you Kristen's bag. I have that in the girls bag, which is all the crafting girls on it. I love this bag. If you guys are looking for a super huge bag, I suggest you check out the shop, because as you'll see in a few minutes, I have quite a few big bags available, and they hold 6 skeins plus a project of commercial yarn. And by commercial yarn, I'm talking about like the Super Saver size, or I love this yarn size, big. So there's that. And then last night, I cast on another project for Christmas knitting, which, like I said, we'll talk about in a few minutes. It's just the flax from Tin Can Knits. Originally, I was going to knit for Sadie the Wonderful Wallaby, which is the hooded sweater. I don't have it nearby, or I'd show it to you. I had knit one for Seth, and he's not going to get to wear it. So, yeah. So I decided to scrap that because it made me a little sad thinking about it, and to go with the flax. So I have 3 skeins of Karen Cakes in mixed berry. Definitely little girl colors. And I am calling this the Punky Brewster sweater because it reminds me of Punky Brewster. And I think she's going to love this sweater. I really do. I finished the body. Started last night and I finished the body. We had a marathon session of Stranger Things and we watched through episode 7. And tonight we're going to watch the last 2. But how adorable is that? And I'm making the 4 to 6 size for her. She's in a 5 right now, so I think this will be good because Karen Cakes are a little, in my opinion, a little heavier than a worsted weight. So, yep. Yes. And I'm going to try and get the sleeves to kind of match just because I think that sleeves should kind of match when the stripes are that big. So, there's that. And that's my last whip. 2 whips. Now, I do still have the Foxy blankets. That is put on the back burner for however long. And I do also still have the Black to the Fuchsia shawl. That's put on hold until after Christmas knitting is done because I have lost my mind when it comes to Christmas knitting. Now, I can't tell you too much about my Christmas knitting because, well, some people watch that I'm Christmas knitting for. So let's just say that I have a big, huge list of Christmas knitting. It's insane. It's completely unachievable. But I've prioritized. There's certain things that I want to get done. And there's certain things that I'd like to get done. So I'm starting with the things I want to get done. Or like almost need to get done. Like the main gift for people. So you'll be seeing what my Christmas knitting is for, but I'll probably be lying to you about who it's for. And then after Christmas, after everybody's gotten everything, I'll do a video where I've compiled everything and I'll show again what I knit and for who, just so, I don't know, I don't want to lie to you guys. Not that you guys are going to know. But like I said, there are a few people that watch my videos that I am knitting for. I don't think my sister watches my videos, but she knows I'm going to knit Sadie a bunch of stuff. But there are other family members on the other side of the family that watch the videos that I don't want them to know that I'm knitting for them. There are people I live with that I don't want them to know that I'm knitting for them. So, there. I also went through, well, let's go back to Christmas knitting. What are you guys going to be Christmas knitting? I would love to hear down below what or maybe I'll set up a thread on Ravelry. I can't even set up a thread on Ravelry because some of the people I'm knitting for are also on Ravelry. Anyway, so tell me down below, what are your Christmas knitting, crochet, and crafting plans? I have more plans than just knitting. I need to make some pajama pants. I need to make some more doll clothes. I'm going to make some pillowcases for someone. So I have a lot of crafting in my future. But I also, so tell me what you're knitting, crocheting, crafting for Christmas. I want, inquiring minds want to know. But I also went through and I always keep a list of things that I really want to knit. And sometimes it changes and sometimes it doesn't. So I went through and I reworked my list a little bit. Other side. And I added a Christmas ornament section because I love knitting Christmas ornaments. Love it. So Christmas ornaments are going to be soon. And Christmas knitting is going to be now. And I also would really like to knit the Roxy the Hippo. Have you seen that pattern? It is so stinking cute. I don't need any more stuffed animals, but I'm looking at my stuffed animals, which are like right in front of me on top of my shelves. I don't have any hippos. So I might have to knit myself a Roxy because, I never knit myself anything, clearly, from this pile sitting next to me. And the other thing I want to knit is I have plenty of yarn left from my Branches and Buds sweater. I want to knit one for Dewey. You know that I often knit a matching sweater for Dewey, so I'm going to do that. That's what's on my up next list. We'll see what happens. Sometimes it comes to fruition, and sometimes it doesn't. What do I have that's new? Well, the first thing I have that is new, I picked up when I was grocery shopping. It's Interweave Knits Holiday. I always get the holiday edition. However, this says it's the abridged edition. I didn't know there was such a thing. If I had noticed that in the store, I would never have bought this because all I can think about looking at this is, what am I missing? What am I missing? I don't know. So I might have to look for the unabridged and see what I'm missing. But I really want to knit this guy because I love his pajamas. His name is Yeti for Bed. Look at him and his little bunny slippers. It gets better. He also has a booty flap. Bunny slippers and a booty flap. So I picked up this. I don't know if I'll get to him this year, but I'll get to him eventually. I mean, he doesn't have to be only for... I could put him in a different color set of jammies, and he doesn't have to be waiting for Santa Claus. So the other new thing I got was the local sheep farm, Yates, had their annual wool sale, and I went and I picked up one cone of sport weight, and this is called dark sheep gray. It's more of a brown in real life, but I can understand that it's in sheep colors that's considered a gray. And that's all I got. And that, this year the prices have gone up. That was $25, and I think it's usually 1,750 yards. Doesn't say on here, but I think the last ones were 1,750 yards or 1,800 yards. Something like that. Then I wanted to show you really quickly some new bags that are in the Etsy shop. I have some polar bear bags, but I don't have them over here. But I have this really adorable, like, was this called spirographs when we were kids? I'm not sure. And really pretty blue lining. And then this rainbow bag, which just makes me happy. And like I said, there's some polar bear bags, but I don't know where they have gone. And I've been adding bags pretty much every few days because I've been selling a lot. And I've been working on more of the enormous bucket bags. These things are huge, huge. So I've got this little woodland creature one. I've got one left of Jack and Sally. I've got this awesome one for Halloween, Thanksgiving time. I love this one. I am probably going to keep one for myself. I have one left of this. And I think you've seen this one before, the medallions. These bags are awesome. I don't generally like to toot my own horn, but they are so huge. So huge. So if you're interested, go ahead and have a look. If not, completely understand. If you want something that you don't see, message me. We'll see if we can make it happen. Completely open to that right now. What else? Oh, there is one other piece of business that I wanted to address with you. I have received a number of private messages that I have yet to answer about Secret Santa for this year. Unfortunately, this year, I'm not saying not in the future, but this year I will not be doing Secret Santa. I have thoroughly enjoyed it the last 3 years that we did it, and I can see myself doing it again in the future, but this holiday season, I really need to put my focus on my family. My family, it's been a tough year, and it's just been a tough year. And I feel like this year more than ever, um, I want to put the focus on my family and what I'm grateful for. And okay, stop. I'm going to stop. So, unfortunately, there will not be a Secret Santa this year that I'm running. If somebody else wants to run a Secret Santa, I'd be more than happy to participate. But it is a lot of work and a very large time commitment. I'm talking like 2 hours a day the whole time it's going on to make sure everything runs smoothly. So if somebody else wants to run one, I'd be more than happy to participate. But for this year, I will not be hosting a Secret Santa. I will miss it, but my priorities this year are just have to be placed elsewhere. So, all right, guys, that is all I have for today. I hope you guys are doing great, and please don't forget, tell me what your Christmas crafting is all about this year. I really want to hear. I'm also trying to put together a video for craft fair tips and tricks. I do not do craft fairs any longer, but I have run the gamut of them, and I do have some tips that many of you, some of you, might find helpful. If you want to see that, let me know too. Otherwise, I'll just won't do that. Yeah, that's all I've got. So I'm gonna say goodbye. I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna make pizza dough because we're having pizza tonight, and we're gonna watch some more Stranger Things and knit. It sounds like a pretty good night to me. How about you? All right. Until next time, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.